Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. How is everyone today? I have a big cup of coffee today. I'm feeling a little bit tired. I've been going to bed too late because I've been binge watching a TV show. Um, Let me show you. I'm going to write this. One moment. So, binge watching is when you watch a show, multiple episodes in one sitting. One sitting means that you do not get up from the couch and it's basically in one day. Okay, so I'll write for you. Binge watching. Who's heard of this before? Give me a heart if you've heard of this before. Binge watching. Binge watching. Have you heard of this? Okay, I see some hearts. So you must have heard of it before. So I've been binge watching a Korean dating show. Yes, exactly, Vishnu. It is to continue watching a series. I'm watching a show called Better Late Than Single. This is a reality Korean TV show on Netflix. It has maybe 10 or 11 cast members where they have never dated before. And they are working with a mentor to get them prepared to get comfortable with the dating process. So then there's a group of girls and boys, and they meet on the show and they get to know each other. And as I mentioned, this is a Korean show. And I am trying to brush up on Korean. Brush up. Brush up is an excellent phrasal verb, which means that you are trying to renew your skills on something. The way that I learned Korean was by listening to my parents and speaking to them. Because my parents do not live in my city, I have a hard time brushing up on my Korean. So I'm watching TV shows and I'm really studying my best with reading the caption and listening to them talk. With that said, it is difficult to listen to a foreign language and then read the translation. So here's what I would recommend from my personal experience and passing off my suggestion to you. I recommend watching a TV show in American English with the subtitles or with your translation. But maybe only watch one episode and then watch it again without the translation. Because the first time you really will have a hard time getting the gist of what they're saying, which is the overall context. So I think it is a good idea to put on the translation or the subtitles. But then the second time, since you know the gist or the overall context of that episode, turn off the translation and try to understand what they're saying from a comprehensible input standpoint. Like, for example, they might use their hands and they might say, I'm scared. They might say some words that you might not know, but because they have certain facial expressions or because they're using certain gestures with their hands, then I think you would understand. Okay, so that is my suggestion personally as a language learner. My Korean level, I really don't know what level I am. And I've had two tutors. They don't know what level I am because there's so many simple words that I don't know because I never had to say it to my parents. But then there's really complex conjugations or the way that the tenses that I know how to speak in Korean. So I don't know what my level is. I plan to go to Korea next year, and I hope to fit right in, to fit right in, which means I hope to feel like I belong quickly. My husband is on his way home from 2 weeks in Asia. He spent the last 2 nights in Seoul, South Korea. He is en route. He is coming over on an airplane, and I will be picking him up from the arrivals area. I want to point something else out. So this is French. Oh, I don't know why my letters go crazy like that. Maybe I'm accidentally pressing with my other hand. So let me just rewrite this, and I'll make this a little thicker. In America, when you say this term, you might hear them say en route, en route. In French, it's en route. So you can say either route or route, it means the same thing. I gave him my vlogger camera to film in Asia, but I don't think he was able to. He was in Shanghai and Hanoi for work, but because he was working all day, all night, he did not have the opportunity to film. Or maybe he did, and he hasn't told me. But in Korea, he was going to use my camera. He had every intention to use my camera. Why does it do that? He had every intention. He had every intention. Oh my gosh, I don't know why. I think I need to wear a glove. You see what's happening here? Okay, so this is a he. He had every intention to, it keeps doing it. Okay, I'm gonna move this up here. He had every intention to use my camera. This is an interesting phrase. When you're saying that someone has every intention, you're saying that they had a purpose to do something. So he had every intention to use my camera in Seoul. However, because it was pouring rain, he could not, and my camera could not get wet. So, unfortunately, I don't think that I will be editing many, if any, videos in Asia from my husband. Okay, so I did a live stream on Friday, 2 days ago, and my Wi-Fi connection disconnected. I was so mad. So I had to exit out of the live stream and start a brand new live stream from scratch. So, do you know this term when you do something from scratch? So, scratching is this scratch. But when you do something from scratch, it's from the beginning. So, if for whatever reason my Wi Fi cuts out, I will have to start a new live stream. And I think maybe if you are a subscriber, you will receive a notification that I started a live stream. So sorry if that happens. I have a fun lesson for you today. I know that a lot of you liked the tongue twisters. And a lot of you have difficulties with speaking. So we are going to do a speaking practice live. And let me just pull up my chat GPT because, of course, it is too early in the morning and I cannot just come up with a whole format on the spot. On the spot means right here, right now, with no script. I woke up today a little bit tired because I went to bed so late. In fact, I woke up in the middle of a dream. So when my alarm went off, I felt discombobulated. Ooh, do you know this word? Discombobulated is when your brain feels a little like foggy. Or let me actually look up the real word of real definition because I don't want you to start using the word discombobulated and then it not being the actual definition. Oh, confused. Okay, that's a good way to explain that. So I woke up a little confused or discombobulated because I woke up in the middle of a nap or a dream, I mean. Discombobulated. Oh, why does it do that? No, that's not right. Discombobulated. Discombobulated. So that means that you're confused. So try to use this in a sentence today. My sentence was, I woke up in the middle of my dream, and so this morning I felt discombobulated. Good word. All right, so before we do this little speaking practice, I will read some of the comments because I have so many. I need to drink some coffee. Today is a coffee day. Cheers. Cheers. Okay, the caffeine is in me. I'm ready to go. Oh, this morning it feels like a blur already this morning. Do you know blur? Blur is when something is like you take an eraser and it's a little hard to see. So I said this morning feels like a blur. Hello, Rania. Hello to Yudhishthira. And hello to my member, Mahmut from Istanbul, the Kingdom of Cats from Turkey. I love that. There's a movie that documents the cats there. Let me look it up. Movie filmed in Turkey about cats. Kedi. It's called Kedi. I watched a movie called Kedi back in 2016 or 2016. It's all about cats in Turkey. Merhaba. I'm not sure if you were on my live stream on Friday, but I shared a Turkish word that I learned from a Turkish client. Görüşürüz. Görüşürüz, which means, I think, nice to meet you. Görüşürüz. Raphael, next week, 100. Yes, next week, I hope to hit 100,000 subscribers. OMG. What do I do with myself? Let's see where I'm at now. Every day, I've been gaining about 500 or 600 new subscribers. It's crazy. Okay, so as of today, I'm at 97,835 subscribers. For sure, by the end of today, I will surpass 98,000 if it's following the previous day's trend, the trend. So yes, next week, 100,000. We will celebrate, we will have a party, and hopefully my YouTube app will notify me that they're going to send me the plaque, and I will put it somewhere here. And once I receive the plaque and put it on the wall, then I will do some decorating, because this office looks like it belongs to my husband. This street art, that is his. This street art figurine, that is his. This plate, which is called a catch-all, it has his keys in there, that is his. So all of this is his, and I want to take over on this room to make it mine, my room. Hello, Maxime. How are you? Maxime says hello to everyone. Hello, Skillfire. Hi, Justine. Good to see you. Hello, Anu Sharma. And to Ansariaklak, and Vishnu and Okijiro, konnichiwa, and Priya Patel. Hello, Priya. Namaste. I think you're from India, right? And hello to Chahines Wasmu. Hello, I like how you make learning English so fun and in a simplified way for beginners and advanced learners. I've heard of your channel from my friend Nadir from Algeria. Oh, thank you, Nadir, for sharing my business cards with your friends in Algeria. Nice to meet you. Hello to Istanbulist. Hello to Augusta Brera. Skillfire, do you understand all the words while you're watching the TV show? Oh, good question. So if you just joined, I was talking about how I'm watching a Korean reality show to brush up on my Korean, which means that I am relearning this skill. I only understand maybe, I don't know, like 40%, 50% of what they're saying. When I'm listening to them, for me, it's not really a matter of they're speaking too fast, because they could speak quickly, But if I don't know the words, I have no idea what they're saying. So that's why I keep the captions on. I just finished the show. Now I will rewatch the show with no captions to see what I can remember. And that's what I would recommend for you. Could you recommend any American TV shows for beginner learners? Yes. So maybe, this may not be the answer that you would like to hear. I recommend watching some children's shows. This is what I did when learning French. And watching children's shows does not mean that, it's um, what's the word? There's no shame in watching a children's show when you're an adult, because you need to have a foundation and know what some simple words are. So go on Netflix or any streaming show or even YouTube and watch children's shows. And then I recommend watching Friends, the TV show Friends, after you're past the beginner stage, maybe when you're more intermediate or advanced, because Friends is a widely known show and people understand the premise of it, which means they understand the story. And because it's a sitcom, they use a lot of exaggeration in their facial expression, in their gestures. So I think it will help you to understand the show without the captions. So that's my suggestion. Thank you for your question. Hello to Tangent and Wadi Karen and Shankar Kumar and Zalark. And hello, Nadir. Good to see you. Hello to Sonu Yang. It's my first time participating. Oh, well, welcome to my channel. Hello, Chao Gaetano. Hello to Nayong. Hi, Nayong. How are you? Hello to Priya. So, I want to know about air hostess or cabin crew. Oh, I actually made a video about airplane vocabulary. So I recommend to watch that video. There's a lot of useful vocabulary in there relating to your topic request. Hello to Alito Sun and Hayes U2P. Hello to SGS Switzerland. I need people for conversations. If you're interested in having a one-on-one conversation with me, I can be your tutor. And I think after this video is posted, the link will be in the description if you would like to fill out your information. And I will email you the pricing. I've gained a lot of new students, speaking students, and I am hustling. I am really hustling. To hustle means that you work really, really hard and you don't stop, and nothing stops you. So, as you know, I have a full time job. I'm maintaining my YouTube channel. Now I'm offering private tutoring for students around the world. It has been a bit of a challenge to align my California schedule with the schedule of France and Korea and Algeria. But I am here to help you and I'm hustling. So if you're interested, check out my link. It's probably in the description if you want more information on the private lessons. Hey everyone, please click like button. Alito Sun says, please click the like button. Yes, please click the like button. Hello to William. Hi, William. Hi, Dimuthu. Let's see. Who am I missing here? I think I got pretty much everyone. I am skimming everyone's comments. I'm just not reading them out loud. Hello to I Jedim, and Ankit Sakpal and Shankar. Teacher, I have a question about ing, like going, writing, playing, moving. If we pronounce the G or the, I don't know how to pronounce that, nasal vowels phonique. Going. Good question. I have something to say about this. So our friend Nadir is asking, when you say a gerund word, which is a ing ending word, do you pronounce the G at the end, or do you pronounce just like the N kind of nasal sound? Nasal is the nose. When I say going, I don't say going. I say going. When I say writing, I don't say writing. Writing. I think it's just easier to not pronounce the G at the end. I think the G is more to signal to the N that it's going to end in a nasal sound. Going, writing, playing, moving. You try. Going, writing, playing, moving. So it's rare when I hear people say going. I don't think I ever hear that actually. So no need to say the last letter. Thank you for introducing yourself, SGS Switzerland, Alexander. Good to see you. Hello to Amar Eiffel. What have I been discussing? I'm just talking your ear off. This is an idiom, which means I don't stop talking. I'm talking your ear off. Okay, so I'm going to pause on reading the comments so we can do some speaking exercise together. And because I'm a little annoyed with my iPad and how it messes up my writing, this is purely going to be a shadowing, speaking, repeat after me exercise. So you will not be reading anything. They are going to be short sentences. I asked ChatGPT to create a format, and we will start with what Chat calls real life warm up sentences. So get ready. Cheers. Okay. I am going to read the sentence once slowly, and then I will go even slower so you can repeat each word after me. I didn't expect it to be this busy today. Let me say that again one more time by myself. I didn't expect it to be this busy today. This is a good phrase to know. And now I will say each word once. You will repeat. I will say the next word. You will repeat. Ready? I didn't expect it to be this busy today. Did you notice that when I say the word today, it's not today? What am I trying to say? Today. I say to, not to. Today. Let's try to say the whole sentence together. I didn't expect it to be this busy today. I'll write it. I think it's easier if I write it. I don't want my iPad to, mess up. You know what? Maybe I will pull up my notes. There must be a notes tab here somewhere. Maybe not. Okay. So I didn't expect it to be this busy today. I didn't expect it to be this busy today. So when you say this, how confident do you feel? Also, do you understand the meaning of the sentence? I like this phrase because it is a a commonly used phrase, and this type of exercise may help you to learn through the chunk method, which means that you're learning through big phrases instead of small words. So let's read it together. I didn't expect it to be this busy today. Give me a heart if you like this, if you enjoy this speaking exercise. Okay, thank you for the hearts. I'm going to move on to the next one. First, I'm just going to look up if I can find the notes tab. No, I thought I could find the notes notes app. Let's see, Google Doc. Maybe I could pull up a Google Doc. Okay, good. This works. So we're going to increase this. This next one is I was running late, so I skipped breakfast. Oh, sorry, one moment. I was running late, so I skipped breakfast. Oh, here we go. This iPad is so finicky. Do you know this word, finicky? It means that has a lot of little issues. I was running late, so I skipped breakfast. Let's read it together slowly. I was running late, so I skipped breakfast. A little bit faster. I was running late, so I skipped breakfast. Is breakfast a difficult word to say? Breakfast because of the R? What do you think? Let me see if anyone comments below. Breakfast and what else? I was running late. Running. I feel like the word running could be easier to say compared to breakfast. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay. I meant to reply, but it slipped my mind. I meant to reply, but it slipped my mind. Let's read it slowly. I meant to reply, but it slipped my mind. So can you use the context to try and understand the idiom slip my mind? It means that you forgot to reply. So let's read it slowly again. I meant to reply, but it slipped my mind. Can we go a little bit faster? I meant to reply, but it slipped my mind. How was that? Is that good? Easy? Oh, this next one is interesting. I'm not used to speaking this fast yet. Oh, that's not right. I'm not used to speaking this fast yet. I'm not used to speaking this fast yet. So let's say it slowly. I'm not used to speaking this fast yet. With the words used and to, when they are next to each other, it has a little bit of a different sound. Used to. In fact, used to. There is no D sound. So it's not used to. I'm not used to. It's almost like the D is silent because it's hard to pronounce the D and the T together. Used to. So let's read it a little faster. I'm not used to speaking this fast yet. How was it? Okay, some of you are asking, what is finicky? Finicky. Let's see. Finicky. What is wrong with this thing? I might have to use my phone. Finicky. So finicky means that something has a lot of little problems. This iPad is really finicky. It is annoying me. So my phone is much more reliable. So I will use my phone for this next one. So this is section 2, as ChatGPT calls it, for speed and clarity practice. So let me say the first sentence first, and then I'll show you the sentence. I usually try to finish my work before dinner. I usually try to finish my work before dinner. That's how I would say it. I usually try to finish my work before dinner. So let's say it slowly. I usually try to finish my work before dinner. Can you see this? I'm sorry about the reflection. I usually try to finish my work before dinner. Do you understand this sentence? Trying to see if I'll remove the dark mode. Maybe that's better. There, better. I usually try to finish my work before dinner. Easy. Okay. All right. Let's go to the next one. She said she'd call me later, but she hasn't yet. Did you understand that before I show you? She said she'd call me later, but she hasn't yet. You got it? Okay. I'm getting a lot of feedback, so that's good. She said she'd call me later, but she hasn't yet. So it seems like most of you understand this, but now let's say it in a little bit more of a normal speed. She said she'd call me later, but she hasn't yet. One more time. She said she'd call me later, but she hasn't yet. Okay. I got it. Easy. Yes, easy. Okay, good for you. Next one. We should have checked the time before we left. Good? Did you understand? We should have checked the time before we left. We should have checked the time before we left. Yes? Okay, Maxime says yes. Let's say it in normal speed. We should have checked the time before we left. Can you say that? We should have checked the time before we left. Should have is a weird word to say. It's a contraction for should have. We should have checked the time before we left. Good? Next one. I love using my phone. This is so much easier compared to writing in my iPad. I need a new iPad, I think. I need to buy a whiteboard. I do have a whiteboard. That's what I was using before the iPad, but the chemical smell was too strong. So that's why I switched to my iPad. But I like this. This is much more reliable. I can depend on this. Next one. I wasn't sure if it was worth the effort. Did you get me? I wasn't sure if it was worth the effort. Yes, no, easy. Here you go. I wasn't sure if it was worth the effort. I feel like the word sure and worth might be a little difficult to say. But let's read this kind of slowly. Ready? I wasn't sure if it was worth the effort. Now let's say it in normal speed. I wasn't sure if it was worth the effort. One more time. I wasn't sure if it was worth the effort. Yeah, I think these exercises that I prompted to ChatGPT to come up with, I think are really good. Thank you, Chat. What would I do without Chat? Okay, so this next one, we're going to do mini tongue twisters in a sentence. So last week we did tongue twisters that were short phrases, but this one is going to be short sentences because I want it to feel more practical. One moment. I'm still waking up. All right, this next one. Fresh fruit makes a refreshing snack. That's a little difficult. I'll say it again. Let's see if you understand. Fresh fruit makes a refreshing snack. Did you get it? Here it is. Fresh fruit makes a refreshing snack. Let's say it slowly. Fresh fruit makes a refreshing snack. A little faster. Fresh fruit makes a refreshing snack. And a little faster. Fresh fruit makes a refreshing snack. Normal speed. Fresh fruit makes a refreshing snack. And did you hear how when I'm saying it in normal speed, I'm saying it with a very upbeat attitude? Upbeat is happy, cheerful, because this is a happy sentence. Fresh fruit makes a refreshing snack. I sound like I'm in a commercial. Okay, let's do the next one. I really rarely rush in the morning. Whoa, that one's that one might be um, easy to understand, but difficult to say. Okay, someone has some feedback. Samuel says, try to speak a little bit slow before show us the sentence. No problem. Okay. I really rarely rush in the morning. Good. I really rarely rush in the morning. Repeat. I really rarely rush in the morning. Ready? I really rarely rush in the morning. I really rarely rush in the morning. Let's say it a little faster. I really rarely rush in the morning. I really rarely rush in the morning. Oh, Alejandro says it's easy. Okay, let's say it in normal speed. I really rarely rush in the morning. I really rarely rush in the morning. You can't see? Here, can you see now? Okay, yes, it is a bit of a tongue twister. All right, next one. Oh, this one's a little tricky. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. Someone says, if you say it with a Texas accent, it gets easy. That's true. Actually, let me go back to the last one and I'll say it with a Southern accent. I'll really rarely rush in the morning. Sorry, hold on. I really rarely rush in the morning. True. If you say it with the Southern accent, it is a little easier. I really rarely rush in the morning. Okay, so this next one, I'll say it slowly. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. Ready? I'll show you. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. Let's say it slowly. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. What does rural mean? Rural means the country, the opposite of city, the opposite of urban. Rural. It's where you farm. So let's say it again slowly. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. A little faster. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. A little faster. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. And normal speed. Truly rural roads are hard to drive on. Understand? How was it? I like these exercises. Okay, the last mini tongue twister. We quickly switched plans when it started raining. That is not a tongue twister. Sometimes ChatGPT is not accurate. So if you use AI, make sure you check the work. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to just read this. It's not a tongue twister. We quickly switched plans when it started raining. We quickly switched plans when it started raining. Let me hold with this hand. We quickly switched plans when it started raining. Let's try again, a little bit faster. We quickly switched plans when it started raining. One more time, a little faster. We quickly switched plans when it started raining. And I will say it in normal speed. We quickly switched plans when it started raining. Good? Easy? All right, so this next section, ChatGPT calls it mixed real and challenge sentences. Okay. I was really ready to relax this weekend. That's a good sentence. I was really ready to relax this weekend. Let's say it slowly. I was really ready to relax this weekend. A little faster. I was really ready to relax this weekend. A little faster. I was really ready to relax this weekend. And a little faster. I was really ready to relax this weekend. Rah, 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 rah. It's a lot of R's. Okay. Next one. We were supposed to stay, but plans changed quickly. Why? I feel like I just said this one. We switched plans. Okay, this one's a little different. We were supposed to stay, but plans changed quickly. We were supposed to stay, but plans changed quickly. A little faster. We were supposed to stay, but plans changed quickly. Let's say it in almost normal speed. We were supposed to stay, but plans changed quickly. And normal speed, we were supposed to stay, but plans changed quickly. How was it? Next one. She probably realized she was rushing too much. She probably realized she was rushing too much. That's a weird sentence. She probably realized she was rushing too much. Whatever. She probably realized she was rushing too much. Again, let's repeat. She probably realized she was rushing too much. A little faster. She probably realized she was rushing too much. And normal speed. She probably realized she was rushing too much. Good? One more. I didn't really realize how tired I was. I didn't really realize how tired I was. It seems like ChatGPT likes the word realize. I didn't really realize how tired I was. I didn't really realize how tired I was. A little faster. I didn't really realize how tired I was. And a little faster. I didn't really realize how tired I was. Normal speed, I didn't really realize how tired I was. So I would say this as, I didn't really realize how tired I was. That is my normal speed. So, how was this exercise? I was trying to make this live stream more interactive. And it seems like you all really like the I speak, you speak. Did you watch the one I posted with the different real life scenarios? Checking in at the hotel. What was the other one? I forget all the different scenarios. It feels like so long ago. Oh, going to a clothing store. So, I don't feel like there's any point in learning English if you cannot use it in everyday practical real life. So that's why I thought, oh, I should come up with I speak, you speak that is useful. Pharmacy, exactly. Thank you for reminding me, Nadir. I asked ChatGPT to create those scripts for me, and originally I asked for 10 scenarios, but as I was editing, I realized one of the scenarios does not make sense at all. It was supposed to be 10 scenarios, but I ended up with 9. The scenario that I took out or I omitted, omit means to take out, is Uber car ride small talk. So I think it was a good scenario, but the dialogue did not make sense. I will add it for next time. I do have to get off in 1 minute because I have a private lesson. Today, I'm going to go to my friend Mary's house. You know, my friend Mary, the really funny Vietnamese girl who I've been friends with. I'm going to her house and she's going to cook me Vietnamese food, I think. And I'm going to bring pastries. So we will film it. She is learning how to be a vlogger as well. So we will film, we will edit, and then I will post the video. And then afterwards, I have to pick up my husband at the airport. And then we have to rush home because there's football games on, American football. So today is going to be a very busy day, and I appreciate you spending time with me. I hope you enjoyed today's live class and format. And again, if you're interested in having one-on-one lessons, the starting price, just so you know, is $25 for a 30-minute private lesson. If you're interested, fill out the form in the description, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye. Thank you. Bye bye.